I feel like this one's gonna be extra subjective. Just because it's like, yeah. It's just which ones do I like to listen to more? There's no, you'll see, there's no, like, yeet it. Because I don't, with the Dark Souls 1 through 3, I don't have any tracks that I would yeet. I really don't. I have ones that I don't really listen to. And let us move on into Dark Souls 2. So, first things first, like I mentioned before, these guys, they're really short little tracks and I don't even remember where they go. But I like listened to them and was like, okay, no, there's nothing going on here. I never listened to them. I forgot they even existed. So they're going into the don't listen, the D tier. Not that they're bad, just I don't listen to them. Let's see here. Okay, so starting with Departure. Departure is like prologue, where it's the music that plays over your opening cutscene. So it's like an okay track, but it's not one that you turn to for, you know, entertainment necessarily. It starts out quite quiet. Hey, girlie, do you want to sit here? Want to sit here? Wow, that is so quiet. Let's just move forward, shall we? I feel like there's parts of this one that has more of a typical, like, you're playing a dark fantasy game, ooh, like, feeling to it. So many songs. Well, these are, like, teensy tiny songs that, like, it's not even that I don't like them. I specifically put them to the top because I checked what they were. Because I was like, I don't remember these tracks at all. And I listened to them and I was like, this must play as like a stinger in a random cutscene or something. So I just threw them all up there really quick because I was like, none of these like mean nothing. They're so short and I forget that they even exist. Departure is a nice track, honestly. But it's nicer when it's actually paired with the cutscene. Otherwise, here we go. There's like not much going on. It becomes very bombastic at the very end as you like go flying into the tunnel, which I adore that opening cutscene. It's fucking gorgeous. Yeah, no, as far as like me actually listening to it, I don't even know if I want to put it in C. I guess I could and then move it down if we get other things. But let's move on to Firekeepers. Oh, Firekeepers. The lovely, beautiful Gmas, or grandmamas. And Auntie in the corner, you know? I actually really like this track. It's an easy... I feel like it's a easy one to forget with things like Majula on the table, but it's actually really nice. And, yeah. And it's really, I mean, it's kind of, doesn't it play over? Oh my god, hang on. Cat is getting into dishes. Hang on, guys. Did the goober stop being a menace? I mean, the moment I went in there and, like, clapped my hands at him, it was like, no, I don't think so. Yeah, I like this one a lot. Yeah. Alright. Let's ease it into the one we're all here for. Let's be real. Majula, the easy S tier. The easiest S tier ever. Fave hub. Strong and independent mom. like their auntie. Yeah, absolute comfort. Comfort with a capital C. Everything about this just screams like comfort down to your soul. Like, I would live in Majula. Easy. I don't care if it's run down. It's such a nice little symbol of like everybody's still trying to go. Everybody's still trying to make their way in the world. And it's just so beautiful. It's so fucking beautiful. Ultimate comfort. This is one of those that we have to like just let it play, you know? Because it's just so... The whole thing is amazing top to bottom. I mean, come on. It's a rundown town surrounded by, like, ocean and trees, and there's a talking cat who says enchanté. Like, an Emerald Herald is there. Every part of it just... It's so good. Best cat. I mean, yeah, she's pretty good. It would be tricky to pick between her and Alvina, right? Because it's like, Alvina is big beastie cat who does cool things in Dark Souls 1, but Xiaoqua is a tiny thing with lots to say. They're both great. I'm thinking about it. There's no cat in 3, is there? What were they thinking? It's literally just a cat. Yeah. She's just, and everyone's like, yeah, that thing's ancient. And you're like, it's just a cat. No. We don't know what's up with that cat, but that cat has things to share with you. It's just a talking cat. Just a talking cat. You know? Majula is just so good top to bottom. Easy. Easy. It's funny because, like, I feel like Dark Souls 2, like, the music is similar to the zones. Like, the highs are really high and the lows are pretty... But I like it a lot. I like the second soundtrack a lot. I think it gets a bad rap. And part of the reason why I defend it so staunchly is because 2 is when Yuka Kitamura came on board, who... Like, to be clear, she led Dark Souls 3's music, and she contributed to Bloodborne, and those are things that Sakura Basan did not do. Alright, last giant. You're fine. I don't really listen to you, though. I mean, unless you have happened to me what occurred when I was doing the recording for the LP, I adore Dark Souls 2. I really do. I know it's not everybody's fave, but I have a huge soft spot. I mean, Dark Souls 2, specifically, actually, I think the DLC, but Dark Souls 2, watching someone else play Dark Souls 2 is what got me to buy Dark Souls 1. I would have never gotten into the series if I hadn't gotten... Specifically, the Fume Knight fight. The Fume Knight fight is the reason why I got into Dark Souls. Fuck the Poison Spitter, so... Oh my god, fucking Black Bulge. I'm about to hit up on that. I'm getting to that point. Not quite there yet, but getting to that point. It's gonna be one of my next areas. LP. Yeah, okay. Yeah, last giant. We're gonna move on now. We're gonna... Oh, no, that was Pursuer? No, this is Pursuer. I was like, that's Last Giant. That's not... For a second, the text did a weird thing where they, like, switched. Okay, Pursuer. I love the fight. Music is kind of... Like, I love that little tone, that really ultra deep voice. It's coming through. So the pursuers, I know when I first started fighting them, I was like, oh, they're so hard. But once you understand their attack pattern, as long as you don't get too greedy, it's no big deal. They're no big deal. You got it. It's like you got it. You don't need to fear them. But as far as the music goes, like what even is happening here? Like what even is happening in this track? I think I get what they're going for, but I don't think it's that successful. I don't hate it. I think I'd put it above Last Giant, maybe. I can deal with it. Like, I wouldn't rush to skip it if it came on, but it's not my fave. Alright, Pursuer, we're moving on to the Old Dragon Slayer. AKA, the old cosplayer. Let's be real. It's just a cosplayer. And that's okay. And that's okay. I think that's a fight that the music's pretty good. Like, I would easily put this in at least B, maybe even A. But this part of it I don't like as much. Where it's like... But, yeah. The more like... Dun, 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 dun. That part's really good. So I would at least give this a solid B. Feels so nice to never die to them ever again. I know. And when you do die, you're like, damn it, that was just me being a greedy guts. And just being a greedy guts. The ones that can do dark are a little scarier, but again, only if you haven't figured out how to roll or if you're adaptability shit or something. I don't know anyone who ignores adaptability, no matter what kind of build they're doing, so. Yeah. Old Dragon Slayer is solid. Is it the best one? Nah, it's not, but I don't hate it. Dragon Rider is forgettable. If I Oh yeah. Fucking. Wasn't the lore that he's the original Ornstein? I mean, it's the lore is that it's like, oh, it's an old dragon slayer, or at least someone who's wearing their fit, basically. It's not clear at all who that guy is supposed to be, especially because he's using dark. It's like, where Ornstein used lightning, and an Ornstein using dark seems like that would make him heretical, but he did technically commit, I would argue he did eventually commit heresy, right? If you go by the markers in Dark Souls 3 that he may have sought out his old captain, which technically would probably be seen as heresy, because, you know, they erased Nameless King from the annals of history for a reason. So if he went looking for him to be like, man, what's up? He might have, you know. So it's unclear. It seems like I personally, my headcanon with Old Dragon Slayer, we're talking about Old Dragon Slayer while Dragon Rider's going. Dragon Rider, I can deal with you. You're fine. You're not interesting at all, but I can deal with you. Yeah, my headcanon for Old Dragon Slayer tends to be that he's some guy in Ornstein's fit. He's someone who, like, idolized Ornstein and wanted to be like him. Much like many people do when they wear fucking Ornstein's stuff. You know, they're like, I want to be Ornstein, you know? So, alright, buddy, we're moving on. We're moving on with our lives, Dragon Rider. We didn't even talk about you. You're forgettable. Flexile Sentry. Love the boss. I do like this boss a lot. Let me put him here. I'm really supposed to be putting them here while we talk about him. The music is forgettable, though. I can't even think of what the music sounds like. Right? Because, like, that's the thing, is that my tier list for bosses is not necessarily going to completely be the same overlap as music. Because there are some that it's like, no, I love this music. The boss fight's kind of eh. And, like, this one, Like, what even is this music? It's kind of dark and spooky, and I like it. But does it even get more bombastic? Not really. Yeah, there's not much going on here. Typical Dark Souls 2. Oh, right. Ruin Sentinel and Smelter use the same. Forgot about that. I like this. Feel free to move over. Oh. I like this fight. I like the music. I also don't mind the Smelter fight. It could be worse. But where's Smelter? That means Smelter needs to go down here because that's a double up. We don't need a double up. This song's great though. Ooh. Now I have to decide. I feel like it's at least A. Yeah, it's gotta be at least A. Ruin Sentinels is fucking awesome. I'd even put it above Firekeepers. I like this fight a lot. They're very neat. There used to be, so the place where, the last apartment, one of the last places I lived when I was in Japan, technically wasn't the last apartment, it was second to last. We had spiders that would come out in the summer, like a lot of fucking spiders that all hung out, and they ate all the mosquitoes, so it was fine. They didn't come inside, they just wanted to sit outside and eat the spiders. At one point I had this set of 3 that were all vying for position right above my front door. And I named them after the Ruin Sentinels. So that's just a funny little anecdotal story for me. I like this track a lot. And the Ruin Sentinels are interesting. Hang on. I like pulling up some of these. Ruin Sentinels, here we go. Look at these badasses. Come on, show me. There we go. Look at them! Possessed armors? Like, look at them, they're so cool. So cool. Whoops. Accidentally opened the program. Nope, I don't need you right now, Da Vinci. Go away. Yeah, the Ruin Sentinels are just cool. Super cool. They get to be at least A tier. I might even bump them up. Oh, the Belfry Gargoyles. Love these girls. It's so killing them so hard, but it's so satisfying, and that fight is so neat. Oh my gosh, these guys are too loud. Gargoyles. So, homage fight. Big homage fight. There's something about this retool of it, though, that I like better than the original. There's, like, really almost no difference. But there's something about it that, I don't know. It's basically the same song, but I could almost put it up to A over these things, but we'll put him in high B. We might move it up. Dude, the gargoyles. Okay, so depending on your weapon or what you're doing, they can be super rough. It absolutely depends on your build. They're either they can be pushovers, they can be no big deal, or they can be rough as fuck. Nice, beat him first try. I don't think I usually, well, I think I can usually get them first try. I want to say I had a sorcerer years and years ago that, yeah, it was hard because they were resistant to literally everything I had up my sleeve. Oh, I was about to die so many times. Right? Because they just keep coming. They just keep coming. You're like, okay. There's like, oh, there's 3. Oh, there's 4 of them. Okay, they're doubling it up. Cool, neat homage. There's 5 of them. There's 6 of them? There are 6 gargoyles on the field right now. Holy shit. I was, yeah, right? You're thinking maybe 3. You're thinking they're going to cap it at 4. When the 4th one animates, you're like, okay, we're doubling the number. I get it. Okay. This is a big homage fight. There's 6. There's fucking 6 of them. There's 6. There's a lot. And it's a completely optional, you never have to fight them. You never have to fight them. But I always do. It's one of the optional ones I usually do. You get stuff, right? Okay, this is about to move on to the next. Although, wait, hang on. Is that the next one we want? Yes, it is. It is. It is the one we need. Yeah, if you can keep them down to like 2 or 3, that's the sweet spot. I've had up to like 5 active. It's no fun. Lost Sinner. Oh, Lost Sinner. Your music. I forget it. I can't forget the Lost Sinner fight. The fight itself, the fight is fine. The whole like walking up to that space and like lighting, you know, the sides so that it's not all dark. Doing all of that all looks really neat. The Lost Sinner design is cool. I'm into it. It's fine. The music? Yeah. Any more than 6 would have been way too many. That would have been like absolutely out of control. Yeah, it was really bad. Masterless Glencore was my meat shield. Lost Sinner. I cannot. I'm sorry. I really can't remember anything about this. I might even put you under Flexile, because I at least like the spooky feeling that Flexile gives me. Like, the fight is fine. It's just, yeah, the music. This is Dark Souls 2, man. Like, the highs are high, the lows are nyeh. They're nyeh. Alright, we're moving on. To a personal favorite, and we are absolutely going to listen to most, if not all, of this one. Okay, I'm going to put him up here so we can talk about him. The Executioner Chariot. Executioner's Chariot. I love this fight. I won that fight literally just because of the shield. I tank absolutely all of it. Amazing. Which one? The Sinner or the Chariot? Center. That makes sense, yeah. Yeah, if you're going shield, you could just tank. I tend to do. I have done poise tanks. Sorry, it's probably kind of loud. I have done poise tanks, but I tend to go roll builds into, so I just put the like the blossom shield or whatever. I love Chariot to pieces. The getting to the Chariot is not as fun. I hate having to go through that gauntlet. It's not as great. But for me, Executioner's Chariot is definitely A tier at least. I really like the Chariot music. It's really strong. And we're only halfway through it. Turn it up a little bit. Well, I mean, the Sinner has that massive fucking sword. Sometimes shielding is better. This is the good part. Oh, hey! You thought you were gonna fight the Executioner? No! He ate shit when he ran into the barrier you put up. You're gonna fight his horse. I love this fight. It's so good. I like dark spewing two-headed horsey. He was not expecting the horse. And you can see his body! You end the fight, you can go look at the executioner laying there, and you're like, oh man, he's got good drip. Oh, he looks real cool. I'm so sorry, you just ate shit entirely. But at the same time, he was probably a complete asshole, torturing undead constantly. Okay, this is one of the little short ones I was talking about that, like, there's nothing to them. There's, like, nothing to them. We're moving on to, Skeleton Lord, if you do please. Yes? Skeleton Lords. Alright. Let's talk about Skeleton Lords. Let's talk about the Skeleton Lords. They look, you walk in and you're like, wow! They look so metal! The God's house is splashing, I would prefer to. They look so metal! Oh my gosh! And then you destroy them in a few swings. And really the rest of the room is the problem? All the bone wheel skeletons and stuff? Fucking... I actually don't mind this track. I really don't. I think it's alright. I'm not gonna put it higher than B. But it's fun. And it absolutely screams Skeleton Lords. Like, doesn't it? Oh. Like, come on. You're gonna... those Skeleton Lords. They all come down off their little thrones like, ho, we're coming for you. And you're... It's like, you're already dead. The Lord that died in 2 hits and then swarm. Yeah, exactly. The Lords are not the problem in that fight. It's all the other skeletons in the fight. Like, I have gotten ganged up on and almost not done it in one shot because of all the bone wheels coming at me and stuff. Not because of the Skeleton Lords. The Skeleton Lords are no big deal, especially if you... I could see them being potentially a problem if you are playing for the first time. Maybe you haven't played a Souls game before in particular, and you come in and you see 3 really metal lich looking dudes. It might give you pause, and you might not run right in and start swinging. If you run right in and start swinging, there's nothing to them, right? But the music is nice. The music is nice. It's fine. It's not amazing, but it's fine. There are worse ones. Speaking of, it's about to end and go into our next one. It's not a super long one. Okay. Covetous Demon. I don't remember this one at all. I really don't. Yep. Woo 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 woo. This is the hey, roll over here. Hey, roll over here. Hey, roll over here. First 5 seconds without knowing that every time you kill one, the summons appear. Right. Yeah, that's typically how I do it too. I just run in and I just take them all out as fast as possible. Yeah.
That's why there's 40 skeletons after my booty.
I don't mind the idea of the Covetous Demon. The idea of this prince that was so overcome by their greed or their envy, their coveting of someone else, something else, that they became this horrible gooey demonic thing. It's basically a big slug demon, but like the music is nothing. The music is nothing. We're just gonna make that real quiet. I wouldn't run to skip it. I can deal with it, but yeah, I'm just never... I would rather listen to Departure. And Departure, you know what, Lost Sinner? I'm gonna move you down here too. I gotta be honest. Like, yeah, no. Let's move on to Mytha, who's the baneful queen. Okay, the seal? Yeah, the demonic seal. Mytha. This is another one that I don't really think about the music. It's fine. She's neat. Because, I mean, let's see. Let me pull her up. For those unfamiliar, she's... Oh. It didn't load. It didn't want to go. But it pulled up just fine. Weird. When I pull it to the second screen, it won't show. That's so weird. Let me try another one. Let's see. How about this one? There we go. So, Mytha is this snake lady. Snake lady with who carries her own head around. Which is pretty cool. The seal, the frog, I think there's a bull. Oh, my cousin! I think she's pretty neat, personally. I know that her fight is somewhat trivialized as long as you've burnt the windmill, which most people know to do. They've heard through the grapevine that they have to do a thing with the windmill. Or somebody's guiding them. If you don't know, then this fight is a little tougher because the room is full of poison, right? So, she's very pissed her mom liked me. But I like her design. I like this snake lady carrying her own head. You know? I think it's cool. Her music's kind of whatever. You know? I'd put it maybe somewhere in here. You know? I think I'd listen to it over Dragon Rider. Which is saying something. Alright, okay, this one, oh, never mind. This one's about to end. It's about to end. And since we already listened to the track that is Smelter, and we put it up here, Ruin Sentinels, which might even go up here. Kind of tempted. I really like that track. Once we get to the DLC, though, the really good stuff starts coming out. Oh, old Demon King. Can't go wrong with Snick in your design. Snick. Old Iron King. Oh, dear. Ooh, this one. It's another one that it's fine. It's just not as strong as some of the others. Like, I'd listen to, like, Skeleton Lords over this any day. I can make this high C. Because I like that. That little, like, the sound of, like, clinking metal in the song. I like that a lot. But it doesn't save the track overall. Yeah, no, he's... Old Iron King, you are more likely to die to your own hubris or a hole in the floor. He's basically the Balrog from the Lord of the Rings movies, unfortunately. He doesn't stand out as much in his design, because it's like, wow, look, a big demonic looking thing. And I keep calling him Old Demon King instead of Old Iron King. Because, yeah, he looks like a fucking, like, Balrog. Alright, we're moving on from you. We're going to the next one. Scorpioness Nachka. Another cool lady. Lava pit. Yeah. That's usually what happens to me. I get, like, so focused on him and I take a wrong step. And, yeah. Nachka. Cool lady. Who wants to murder you, obviously, but, you know, she's a cool lady. That was a bad divorce. That was like, not amicable. Not amicable and pretty one-sided. It seems like she just kind of went berserk. And there's Tark being like, it's okay, honey, we can make it work. I know we're both horrible scorpion monsters, but we have each other. And she's like, I'm going to kill you. Literally, I'm going to rip you apart. That is kind of unfair on Tark, because I like Tark. I like Scorpion. Man, I love that he's man Scorpion Tark. Where she's Scorpioness instead of Scorpion Tark, man Scorpion Tark. Also, she has extra tails. She's really cool, and she has magic. But I mean, yeah, she's going down here. Like this little part. Dun, 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 dun. You know, that's fun. That's cool. But, oh boy. Okay. Next up. Next up. Oh, everybody's favorite. Everybody's fucking favorite. Yeah. She was definitely more Scorpion. Oh, Royal Rat Authority. Now, while we're not necessarily here to talk about the fight, we do tend to talk about the fights when we bring up the music. This poor fight. This poor fight. The fight that they literally had to just put a fucking... They couldn't do anything else with. They didn't have time to fix it, so they just stuck a bonfire right outside. I am proud to say, no, this is the big dog rat. This is Big Dog Rat. This is Giant Pupper Rat. That has the little ads. It has like 4 or 5 little ratties that show up, but the main boss is like a big old, it's called a rat, but it looks like a big dog. Yeah, this is the big doggy rat. I'm proud to say that the very first time I ever went up against the Royal Rat Authority, that I did it in one shot. I got my heavy crossbow out, and I managed to take out every single ad before it jumped on me. And you just stay underneath it unless it's puking. I like the music. Yes, the fight is nothing to write home about. But I actually really like the music. I like the music. I'm almost willing to give it A. I can't decide if I want it to be low A. I don't know if I can put it above the good old gargoyles, you know? It's hard. Dog was like, please, I want to be a rat. And the rats were like, yeah, sure, come in. Took like 4 tries. It's once you get the hang of like handling the ads, it's no big deal. Oh, where do I put you? Because I actually really like the Authority. I like the song. I guess here could be okay. I actually am more likely to listen to this than Gargoyles, though. Oh, somebody's gonna be really mad at me. Entered the area when it had a ring on it and was in the Covenant, so it was... Oh. Yeah. I like that Covenant, but I actually almost never get called in. So I usually just do it for funsies. I just grab it for funsies. Somebody's gonna be really mad at me. Okay, hang on, guys. We have to listen to Gargoyles again. We have to listen to the Gargoyles again, because I have to more directly compare them. I love this song, but I don't know. I like the Authorities music. They're tied. They're tied for top of B here. I have our time picking. Okay, let's move on. Let's move on with our lives. Duke Steer Freya. Big spider. You can hear the little plucking of strings. Ding, 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 ding. It's very thematic, to say the least. I don't usually remember Freya's music, but it's good. Yeah. It could be in here. It could be in here. Behind Skulls and Lords. Freya, so beloved by the Duke. Hey guys, there's spiders on the door. I think they like spiders here. Oh, just one guy likes spiders here. Oh, he really likes spiders. Oh, he let the spiders take over the town. Oh. She's very cool. She's very cool. I will say that on subsequent playthroughs, she seems a lot less scary, but she can still totally wreck you if you fuck up. So, whoa, buffering. It's suddenly buffering. We're suddenly buffering. Oh no, we're buffering. Hello? So glad it had the Pursuer's Sword because my Zway Hunter did not want to. Ooh, I bet. Yeah, bigger swords are harder to smack her with. I recently, what did I have on when I was fighting her? Let me try refreshing. Wait, why are you trying to be all the way down there? I don't want you to be down there. I want you to be on fucking Duke Steer Freya. Okay. Let's see. I fought her twice recently. Once, fought her once for the LP, which is up. That was one of the last episodes I think that went up. What am I rock? What did I rock? I think, did I have my hammer? Maybe just my craftsman's hammer out for it? I might have. Or the Dringleic sword. I can't remember because I'm using like multiple weapons in that playthrough. And then the other playthrough, I was helping a friend. I was helping Oki get through it, and I'm dual wielding on that character, so it was like curved sword in one hand and straight sword in the other, essentially. No, I think rapier in the other. So I managed. Some clinked off, but I managed. All right, Duke Steer Freya, you get to hang out here. We're gonna move on. We're gonna go next to the punk rats. Time for punk rats. Find the mohawk. You must find the rat with the mohawk. I don't hate this track. I know. I'm sure people don't like this one, but I don't hate it. I love the rat with him. Is it a good fight? No. But I just love how goofy the song is. Like, oh, oh, oh. It's just, I'm more likely to listen to this than Old Iron King. I'm just saying. It's so overly epic for what the fight is. I was like, does that rat have a mohawk? Oh shit, a punk rat! And that's the only one. Yeah, I'm absolutely letting it sit up here. Hell yeah, let's go. Let's go, Royal Rat Vanguard. Let's go. Punk rats. Listen to this. This isn't bad. It's not, yes, it's overhyped for what the fight is, but it's great. I mean, 100 rats trying to kill you is indeed pretty fucking epic. I mean, if you think about it that way and you don't just think of it as like, wow, there's a bunch of rats running around and I have to hit the right one, question mark? If you think of it as, no, you have an entire, like, nest of rats that are all coming at you to murder you. Murder you outright. What's next? What's next? Oh, the rotten. Alright. We'll just let it go into the rotten.
Punk rat. Punk rat. Mohawk.
Punk rat. I love the punk rat. Alright. Rotten. I like the Rotten's design. I do. Let's see if we can get a good... Yeah, here we go. Ooh. So, here's the Rotten, if you are not familiar.
Is all these bodies down here?
And then there's this body on the shoulder seems to be the one that's like calling the shots. But yeah, it's like an old Castlevania boss, basically. That's how I looked at it anyway. It's like an old Castlevania boss with a big cleaver. But I love that when you see him, like he's trying to put the statues back together. And there's the only reason why I say he is I think there is some credence to the idea that Pharos might be in here somewhere, but it's unclear. Yeah, I think the Rotten's all right. I think the Rotten's all right. I hate having to go through Black Gulch, but the Rotten is a neat little fight. And like I said, I do really appreciate the touch that here's this big monstrosity, this huge monstrosity, and it's trying to like put the statues back together that got broken, and he's sad. He's like, oh no, it keeps falling apart. Yeah. But music-wise, it's kind of whatever. I don't hate it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna... I will give Rotten top of C. I'm probably not gonna skip to it, though. I'll give Rotten top of C. Alright. Alright, who's next? Oh, the Queen of Drangleic. I forget that this is even a track. Because this is one of those weird, rare things where it's like, wait, where does this music even play? I don't even remember. I don't even remember. I gotta be honest. Right down there. No, this isn't a fight track. This isn't a fight track. This is... I don't even know when this plays. I don't even recall. Maybe it's a track that they meant to give her when you meet her, but when you meet her, it's very, like, low-key, right? Yeah, totally spoilers if you don't know are coming up, depending on how far along you've gotten in the game. Just fair warning. If you need to dip. Because we're getting there. We're getting there.
Bum, 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 bum.
Yeah, I don't know. This track is, like, fine, but I find it kind of boring. Let's move on. Looking Glass Night! Hell yeah. Hell yeah. You don't have... Okay, do you know the trick with the king? If you don't, I'll let you figure it out. But there is a trick to... If you want to go ahead and do that as a fight. You don't have to. It's an optional thing, but... Turn that down a little bit. I like the Looking Glass Night. Admittedly, not sure if I want to give him high B or low A. Yeah, the king fight is completely optional. You never have to do it. I love this fight. I don't ever do New Game Pluses. I always make new characters. But I should do a New Game Plus to see how the Looking Glass Knight thing works. Because you can, like, join a thing to be the person busting out of the mirror. Which is really cool. I just don't know how it works exactly. I've never really looked it up. Music-wise, I'm not sure where to place it. Maybe here. Maybe just here. I might be willing to give it an A. Yeah, the mechanics of Looking Glass Knight are very cool. And the appearance is just cool. Look at that badass. Honestly, I mean, I know some people, they complain about how many dudes in armor you fight into, which is fair. Absolutely fair. But, like, when the dudes in armor look like this, can you really complain? Can you complain that hard? Can you complain so hard? They're so neat. Okay. I'm probably gonna put it more like here, based on like where I would skip to, but as obviously boss versus, I was like, what the fuck is this? Dark Lurker! Fucking Dark Lurker. Speaking of fights I like never do. Dude looks like a very Christian paladin on steroids. Yeah, I like his design a lot. Okay, so Dark Lurker is a fight that I never do. I think I did it once. I did it one time, and the Dark Lurker got stuck in the wall. So I didn't really have to do the fight. I didn't have to do the fight. I just wailed on it while it was stuck in the wall. It's an alright. The track is alright. It's okay. Yeah, like, I'm more likely to put it on, again, I'm gonna put it on over Old Iron King, that's for sure. I'm not gonna run to turn it off. Okay. Alright, let's move on. Let's move on, because Dark Lurker is whatever. It's an super optional thing. Let's get to Milfinito. Come on now. For me? Milfinito's like an S tier thing. It's so simple and haunting. And the idea that the Milfinitos sing to soothe the creatures, the souls that are kind of tortured in their general like existence, and they don't have a great existence, and they're calmed by the song and by fireflies. Like, that's just, I don't know, it's a very beautiful image to me. These poor creatures that find solace in song. Yeah, I think it's very powerful. I'm starting to think Ruin Sentinels needs to go up here. It's a hard call, though. It's a hard call. I keep telling myself to wait until I get through the DLC stuff. Milfinito is just...
He's so pretty and soothing.
And that's the thing, it is soothing. It doesn't sound super melancholy, even though it's very, like, calm. It sounds like something that's meant to bring you solace. For sure. Alright, what's up next? Oh, Demon of Song. Oh, God.
Well then, now that we're going to move on from the soulless sounds of the Milvanito,
We're going to move on. Rating all... So, I'm rating theoretically the first 3, but depending on how long it takes us to get through the rest of 2, I might save 3 for another day and, like, pair it with Bloodborne. But we're gonna at least get through 1. We did 1 earlier. We're on 2 now. This is all, like, super subjective, like, my own personal, like,
I'm putting it on in the car. What song do I go to?
you know, this is not an objective list. Oh, Demon of Song. Oh, Demon of Song. Oh, Demon of Song.
It's a frog!
Is it a frog?
It's a frog.
It's a demonic frog. I don't mind the Demon of Song. I kind of like that you get to the end of that whole thing and you're like, and the black theme is S tier. Everything else can put not be in a black theme. I'm not doing Demon Souls though, but you are correct. For me, Demon Souls is like Maiden in Black, Power Gap, Tower Knight, and Fool's Idol. I think could go, and then Power Gap everything else. So it's the frog who ate the demon. Yeah.
Nummy, nummy, nummy. Tasty, tasty.
Okay, again, this is one of those I'm not gonna run to turn it off. But it's just not. I'll put it above Last Giant. But I don't think I can put it above Dragon Raider. Even though Dragon Raider's not super interesting. Here we go. Now we're gonna eat. Now we're gonna eat. It's time to eat. I love Veldstat. It's hard for me to do A's and S's because there's such good stuff coming. I know this is my own personal, but I'm still also trying to be a little bit. Yeah, these two I might move up to S. Because that's what they are for me. I love Veldstat. I like the fight, I like the music. I like the lore implications. I love the idea of someone who's been down there so long that dark has just become a part of them, even if they didn't embrace it. It's so good. I'm gonna do it. I love you, Veldstat. I might have to listen. I gotta listen to Ruined Sentinels again. Hang on. Ruined Sentinels, I love you to pieces. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I gotta listen to Ruined Sentinels one more time. Ruined Sentinels might stay at the top of my A, right? Be the little gatekeeper to A. Or gatekeeper to S, as it were. The VOD is very much a personal thing. Okay. Okay. All right, we're gonna move on. I really like this track. Vendrick, where do you go? Because I like this track a lot. I listen to it a lot. And Sentinel is definitely a skill check in this game. Very much you don't get to continue till you get good. Oh, Vendrick. Yeah, Vendrick's hard to place. Definitely at least an A. At least for me. Okay. Next up. Because I'm gonna get bogged down trying to decide which end of A Vendrick belongs in. So we're just gonna nope, we're gonna move on. Where you at? Where you at? Throne Defender, Throne Watcher. It's one of those fights where I'm so focused on getting through it, I don't notice the music as much, frankly. I like their design very much. Music doesn't really sell me, though. Music definitely doesn't sell me on the fight. I'm gonna put you... Yeah, it's just not that compelling. Which is unfortunate because the fight is compelling. I like the fight. And they give you cool stuff if you take their
souls in.
Okay.
Meow.
Guardian Dragon. It's another one of those I don't really think about. No, you know what, Throne Watcher and Defender? I'm gonna put you down here. I don't listen to you, like, ever. I'm gonna start putting a few of these C's down here. I think I would still listen to The Last Giant. Najka, though? It's a little weird. I'm not sure. Not sure. Hi, Guardian Dragon. Speaking of, I think, tracks I don't listen to. I'm moving on with my life, Guardian Dragon. Oh, I was like, what is... Oh, this is if you pick a fight with the Ancient Dragon. Which I have never done. Why? Why bring this upon yourself? Why would you bring... Why would you do this? Leave him alone. Leave him alone. The music's fine. Oh yeah, Big Dragon. He was chill. Yeah, really chill, right? But you can totally swing on him. And it's not an easy fight. There you go. I wouldn't run to turn it off, but it's not what I'm like really into. I think it's an alright song. Alright. I think we're officially gonna start getting into, for anyone who hasn't gotten past the dragony area in Dark Souls 2.
Spoilers ahead.
For end of game and the DLC.
Just so you know, if anybody's trying to do spoiler free.
Because I know lots of people are playing 2 right now, so. And some people have never played 2 before. They skipped it. Yeah, you don't want to disturb them. I love the way that the Ancient Dragon speaks. That sound is just so unique. Alright, moving on. Spoiler time. Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it, Snack. Have a good evening / time zone. Thank you. Thanks for coming in. I hope I can catch you again sometime. So I've managed to lurk a few times, but not for very long, just because of time zone fuckery.
Have a good time. Thank you for joining.
Oh boy. Yee! I love your emotes. They're so cute.
They're so cute. They're so cute.
I like this track. Where would I put it though? It's definitely at least a B. I don't think to put it on, but I like it. Yeah. And Chandra's track is... I wish there were more to it. That might sound weird, but I feel like they could have gone... Like, the feeling that this part has. Like, I wish that that feeling carried through the whole composition. When it gets a little more bombastic, I feel like it just doesn't. I know I've used that word a million times. Everybody take a shot every time I say that word. When it gets more hype, you know, it doesn't have the same feeling. I like this. It's like, ooh. Ooh. You know, we're talking about a dark, manipulative queen here. And these little parts just don't quite suit it. I feel like they should have stuck to something almost spookier because of what she is. Okay, we're gonna move on from that. We're gonna move on. We're gonna do the credit sequence, and then we'll go into DLC. Because unlike Dark Souls 1, that kicks you directly into New Game Plus, meaning credits is the last thing you hear, Dark Souls 2 doesn't do that. And in fact, a lot of people will complete the vanilla game and then move on to the DLC, because the DLC makes just as much sense to do after the final scene as before. It works either way. I think they tried to do Nameless Song version 2, and it doesn't hit the same way. It just doesn't hit quite the same. It's also a very long song, but unlike Nameless Song, I find it totally forgettable. The name Longing is a good choice for what it is, but I legit I'm not gonna run to turn it off, but it doesn't have quite the same punch that Nameless Soul does. Let's see, where should we put it? I should put it above some of these. Maybe... Old Iron King really is the thing, right? Here, buddy, leave your sister alone. Go around her. Don't fight. No fighting. Yeah, like, it's a fine track. I can deal with it. And it is more, like... What's the word I want to use? The composition is a little more interesting than, say, Flexile Sentry or Najka. Maybe I should put behind Dark Lurker, though. Okay, we're gonna move on from Longing. Okay, bye. Okay. Whoa. Elana, the Squalid Queen. Kind of interesting fight. This part of the song I like. But then it gets into this and it's like, no! Keep it kind of spooky. It's the same problem I have with Nostandra. Oh wow, my ears. Right? Why did they do this? And unfortunately, it's like this. It's like this. Well, so there's 3 queens technically, right? But you don't fight the 3rd one. You can murder her, but why would you do that? Please. She's a good person. So like, yeah, this part. But then it goes into no. It destroys. It kind of fucks up. Yeah, this. Keep the spooky feeling. Keep the ooh, like something's not quite right with this queen, you know, like that's fine. That's fine. But Alana. We continue with the would I put it above Dark Lurker? Like, I'm not gonna run to turn it off, but it ain't my fave. Cause this moment, listen to that. This part is so good. I feel like they should have just gone much quieter with her whole track. Okay, I gotta fade you out, Alana. I really do. Gotta fade you out. Okay, let's move on to Sin, the slumbering dragon, who is fucking awesome. At least here. At least. I love the Sin fight. I think what I appreciate about the dragon fights in these games is that they're all so different. Calamite is so unique. Sin is a completely different thing where you're dealing with like environmental destruction, and I don't know. I'm a huge sucker for like when you walk in and like Sin like lands and like you just see like the poison spewing. It's powerful. I like it a lot. Oh, could I put it above Firekeepers though? I might have to let Firekeepers go up. I really like Sin. I'm more likely to remember to put on Sin than Firekeepers. It's a hard call, because I do love this track. I do love Firekeepers. Dun, dun, dun. In fact... Okay, I'm gonna let Sin play a little longer. Like Sin.
The slumbering dragon.
It's just, it's really strong in a good way. I don't know if you guys can hear the cats yelling over the music, but oh my gosh, they're having a little tussle. Okay, hang on for 1 second. I gotta put good old Firekeepers on for a second. Because these are just such different types of songs, right? It's a hard call. Okay. All right. Next up, Worshippers of the Dead? The fuck even is that one? I don't even remember. When does this play? Hang on. Let's see. Bum, 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 bum. Oh, yeah, this is one of those weird, like, completely optional ones. I don't think I've ever bothered to do Cave of the Dead. No, never done Cave of the Dead. Boss fight, Grave Robber, Vogue, and Sarah. Nope. I mean, it's whatever. I don't listen to it, but I would say it's better than Queen of Draenweick. Okay, here we go. Time to eat.
It's time to eat. It's time to eat again.
S tier, easy. Fume Knight. Fume Knight is the reason I got into Dark Souls. Hang on. You guys are gonna see my mouth move, but you're not gonna hear me for a second. Fume Knight is just so good. So good, so good, so good. Let me turn it down just a little bit. That was very loud. I should pull up. Let me pull up Fume Knight, since I'm all like, oh my gosh, Fume Knight. Also, Fume Knight is kind of like Ornstein and Smoke. I always expect to spend a minimum of an hour trying to beat this guy. Funny enough, my most successful run, and the only reason why I can say an hour and not an hour and a half. Let's listen to this part. Is because I did a dual Cestus run. I'd never done one before. I did one. It was super fun. And it's the fastest I've ever taken Fume Knight out. And the only reason why it took me as long as it did was just like my own greed, I think. I adore Fume Knight. Yeah, this is one of those I let play a little bit just to appreciate. Alright. Alright, we're gonna start fading it out for the next one, because the next one rates even higher. This song. This song. This fight. This character. The lore. Sir Lon. I adore ye. It's such a good fight. And it's like it's very much, if you look back at, say, like Sif's theme or even like parts of Artorias's, this is a hero. You are fighting a fucking hero. This is not some bad dude. This is not some monster. You are challenging a hero. And the music expresses that. Like, listen to the strings. I wish you guys could see the way I'm like swaying back and forth. And the vocals come back in. I'm one of those nerds that won't shut up about the fact that the whole deal is like, he nods to you. You walk in and he nods to you. It's go time. He knows that someone's coming. And you are technically in the old Iron King's memory. So you know that the old Iron King fought his old friend. And it's so sad and it's so tragic and... it's so good. It's the meat that we love of the tragedy of Dark Souls stories. Alon was such a good person who left his best friend's side when he was like, nah, son, you getting fucked up. This is too much. You're getting power hungry and gross, and I'm gonna go. Like, I can't not listen to the whole thing. Alon's music. If Majula wasn't Majula, it would be top. Majula is the only thing that can top it. It's the only thing that can top it. And I have strong feelings about at least one other track coming up. It's still tough. So still, it's going to be up top. All right. Moving on from Sir Lon. Ava, the king's pet. I like the Ava fight, and I actually really hate that you have to fight Ava.
Because it's a tiger. It's a pet.
It's a pet. But Ava was told that they had to protect the queen in the king's absence. Oh. Oh, man. It's so melancholy. I mean, it's an invisible, like, white tiger that shoots sorceries. Like, how cool is that? It's not always invisible. You can see it in moments, and you can see it when it's doing its sorceries. But that's the tricky part about it, is that you can't... It's invisible, quote unquote, because it's like the snow and the wind is going and all that stuff. Frozen Alea Moises, it's still frozen. So it's a good one. Where would I list it though? Like, how often do I skip to specifically listen to this one? I feel like it's gonna be more down here somewhere. Like maybe here next to Looking Glass. Invisible Ava's the hardest boss in the series, in my opinion. Well, so there's Ava, and then there's Zalin and Lud, right? Which we're coming up on, which are the ones at the end of Horsefuck Valley. Yeah, I never, even though I know the trick, I always have to go left first and try my hand at Invisible Ava before I go through the rest of the zone. Just in case. Just in case. I think I managed to do it once. Or I came close. Maybe I didn't actually do it. I just came close. Alright, Ava. You lovely. We're gonna move on to the burnt ivory king. Oh, where'd I put you? I wish I could find... I know I have it on my phone somewhere. I cannot find the meme of, like, the guy, the wrestler's face being all shocked as the fucking... Simply because she's invisible. Yeah, exactly. The fucking... I can't even remember which wrestler it is, just looking all shocked. And it's like me on New Game Plus 37, the Burnt Ivory King coming out of the old chaos. Like, oh, every fucking time. Get hype every time. It's never not hype. It's always badass. It's always, and I love when new people who are new to Dark Souls 2 get to see that fight and they're like, oh, the door opened, let me continue. No, that's not a door, that's not an indoor. That's an outdoor. Somebody's coming out of that door. Hold on to your butts. Fucking love the Burnt Ivory King. Oh, where do I put the music, though? I think... Where do I put it? Here? Here, maybe? Do I put it above Veldstadt? I do love Veldstadt. Maybe for me personally, because I love the character so much, it's hard for me to place it without that bias coming into play. Because if I put him up here, then Ruin Sentinels definitely has to come up, right? So maybe I should actually bring him down here somewhere? I don't know. This is hard. If I put him in A, it would have to be more like this, yeah? And then I would need to put Ruin Sentinels up. Because he would have to be top of A if I put him in A. It's so good. I am more likely to skip to Ivory King than Ruin Sentinels. So maybe... put him back up here. Oh, my feelings about the boss are kind of taking over. It's so good! And I think that's the last one we'll be doing it about, because these two are just copies of other ones. So Sins and Crowns is our last one. We only have 4 more to go. 4 more to go. And then it's already 10:30. We might want to hang on to Dark Souls 3 until next time. I might actually, like, I might take because I'm trying to, after the Sportathon, I'm going to need to take a couple days to catch up on YouTube stuff. So, maybe we'll just do Tier Bliss next Thursday. Maybe we'll just do it next Thursday. Okay. Alright, getting into Zelen and Lude, who no one ever fucking fights, because nobody wants to go through fucking Horsefuck Valley. Fuck. How many times can I say fuck? This track. I forget that they have their own track. I'm like, oh, maybe y'all have your own track? Like, what? Yeah, I'm gonna have to move a few of these down to here because I just never put them on. Like, Scorpionus Najka, I feel like can come down here. Flexile Sentry, unfortunately, probably. But I can deal with these. Najka was just, yeah, it was pretty boring. We can get Lost Giant down too. Like, their track is kind of fine. It's nothing to write home about, but it's okay. I was listening to it earlier because I forgot. I love running for 5 minutes through Horseshoe Valley. It's the best. I've never bothered. I have done Dark Lurker. I've never bothered with Zaldan and Lud, and I always think I'll eventually do Cave of the Dead, but I never bother. I'm just like, I don't care. Who cares? I guess it's for completionist's sake, right? But oh god, you guys are getting too loud. No, Zaldan and Lud. I will say you guys can go up here, like in here with Worshippers of the Dead. Aldia. Let's skip to Aldia. Let us skip to Aldia. I do like the intro to Aldia's music. But I don't know if I usually let it play or not. It's been a while. I do like the piano intro.
I do.
I want to know the percentage of people that going into Scholar of the First Sin for the first time, not vanilla game obviously, but Scholar of the First Sin, didn't know, like, because if you don't take out Throne Watcher and Defender early, which I always do, that's a 3-part fucking fight. And technically it's 2-part, it's just that Throne Watcher and Defender are there with Nashandra, is that right? It's a thing. Yeah, it's 3-part with Aldia, because you have to deal with each chunk of them, right? Okay, so you do Watcher Defender separately. Watcher Defender, then Nashandra, then Aldia. I mean, this track's fine. I don't love it, but it's fine. I'm not gonna run to turn it off, but... Nashandra, I might move you down here. Yeah. I keep saying it, but yep, the highs are high, the lows are eh. I think it also depends, for me, like, some of these tracks, I think I enjoy more when I'm actually in the game and hearing them in the game, and then other ones I'm like, I don't even remember that wow, that boss fight has music? Never paid any attention to it. Okay, Aldia, you can be B. You can be B. Nashandra has to be high C. Okay. However, Aldia, you just ramble on too long. So, here's a track I forget exists. Bearer of the Curse. Put it over here for a second. Does this play when... I don't remember when this plays. When does this play? Yes, there's that many E's in Bearer. Yeah, okay, those are credits. Oh, it's in okay. Part of it plays during one of the endings, but not the whole thing. Hence why... Hence why I forget it exists. It's fine. I can put it here. I can put it there. Gonna just zone you out for a second so that we can listen to the last one. Sin and Crowns. I feel like this one has a part that I like. But can I just put you here for a second? Yeah, and don't worry about smelter and character creation because those are already represented up here. It's got a hint of Alia in it. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Sorry. It's fine. That there's not, it's another one of those things where it's like, wow, there's not much to this, huh? Okay, we're getting a little more intense, a little more hyped up. Well, let's see, where should we put it then? Here, maybe? Somewhere in there? Something like that? Alright, we're just gonna zone that out and we're gonna go back to the good stuff. Okay, so I feel like some of these C's could go down to D. Because I just don't listen to them. But I wouldn't run away if they started playing. Like, maybe I should move Zealot and Lute up here. Like, I wouldn't run away if they started playing. Yeah, we can do this chunk. This whole honkin' chunk maybe next week?